Ingredients. This is our second show. So today I'm doing greens and cornbread because that was requested by a couple of different people. So this video is going to be kind of like chopped up just because the greens like take a little longer. It's like a slow cooked recipe. So if you see like, you know, breaks in it, just, you know, bear with us. I just want you to know what's going on. So I have all the ingredients that you need to start off your greens. I have smoked turkey meat. Now I like smoked turkey meat. I know people use like ham hocks, turkey tails, or whatever, but I just feel like pork, when you cook with pork, it makes it taste really, really porky, and it kind of makes it a little bit salty. So and we just like smoked turkey meat here in this house. So
exactly.
That's what I use. I only use the wing or the leg. I'm not here for the smoked turkey tail, the smoked turkey foot, the smoked turkey neck, nose, anything like that. I don't really do body parts like that. It's kind of weird, but if that's what you like to do, that's fine. But also to me, the wing and the leg is a little bit meatier, so you get more meat, more bang for your buck.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna just start out with this now. The market that I got the smoked turkey wing from is chopped up, which is fine. If you go to the market and it's whole, you can still use it because what we're gonna do is just cook it off the bone anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn on this water so I can rinse these off. And I'm not gonna use the whole pack just because I'm not making that much greens, but like if I was making greens for Thanksgiving, I would use this whole pack. So I'm gonna use like 4 pieces.
Did they come broken up or you broke them up?
No, they came like this. Okay. They came cut up like that. But I'll use that piece, and I love these for some reason. I'll use that. So I'll save this.
That was the wing tip?
Yeah, the wing tip. So I'll save this for another thing. If you guys have like this and you want to save it, put it in a Ziploc bag and just put it in the freezer with try to take as much air out, and they'll be fine. So you have your rinsed off smoked turkey meat in there. What I do is I use a whole can of chicken broth. So you just want to go ahead and pour all of that in there. And you're also going to use water, so you don't have to worry about like after you see all the seasonings I'm going to use being like, TeNaea's, please, are you trying to kill me? No, you're going to use water. But it's like, you know, greens is a vegetable. It's from the dirt. Right. So if you don't season them, it's going to taste like you're eating dirt. Nobody wants to eat dirt. We're adults. So this is an onion soup mix, like the Lipton kind, but it's not Lipton. It's the off-brand because it was on sale for 88 cents. So they all work the same. Don't let anybody tell you different. So you can go ahead and pour the whole thing in there. Remember when I told y'all about the bay leaves last time with the sauce? Anything that you cook for a long time, just put it in there. I don't know what it does.
I was gonna say, what does it do?
I don't know, but
are you obsessed with leaves or something?
Probably.
You know she like green.
Right. So I'm gonna go just crush those up a little bit. Sometimes I'll leave them whole just to have fun, so like somebody can chew it and choke. Me. That's always fun. Me. But I won't do that today. So vinegar, you literally only need a little bit.
Is it a certain kind of vinegar?
You can use apple cider or white. White was on sale for 88 cents, so I went with the white. And you know this is no measurements. So if you don't have a like good handle on when you pour, you may want to use a measuring cup. If you use a measuring cup, I'll probably say maybe a tablespoon of vinegar. Like you're really gonna only use a little bit. So there we go.
I hate vinegar. It stinks so bad.
It does, but it just cooks with other things to make your food taste amazing. Seasonal. Go ahead. Come on over. Can you see inside?
It's a lot of seasoning.
Right, but it's like you're cooking grass, you guys. So it's like you want to season it. Crushed red pepper. I'm not going to use a lot because I have complaining Tiffany.
Yes, I hate hot food.
I don't like anything hot.
I hate hot stuff.
So, and then we're going to take a knife. Go ahead and cut the very end of your onion. And you know what? I've noticed like a lot of people they really don't know how to cut, or if they do, like they've seen somebody else do it and they want to do it, and it just makes it look like really, really long-winded. So if you look at how I'm cutting this, it's kind of like an easy way, like a quick way, just so you don't have to worry about like cutting your fingers off if you're not used to cooking in the kitchen. But I'm not going to say the name of it, but I was watching a cooking show before, and the person who was cooking was chopping an onion. And like when I was watching them chop the onion, you could tell that they didn't know what they were doing. I was like, why are you doing this?
Can you tell me who it was when we stopped filming?
Yeah, I definitely.
Because I don't want them to invite us on their show and then they be like,
honestly, I don't even think they have a show anymore. So
shit.
Right.
Was it somebody racist?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's actually one of our people, so that's why I'm really not going to say their name. So just cut the whole onion in half. And go ahead and just cut it like lengthwise, I guess. And I'm left-handed, so it looks like it may look a little dangerous, but I really don't know how to like curl my hands, how do people say. Plus I got nails, so it's just like you get in how you fit in, people.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people that commented that said they were left-handed too.
Oh, so. Good. So you know the struggle. They don't make this life for us. So if you want to, after you slice that, go ahead and cut it in half. We like whole onions here, so like we like onions, so I keep it like this. But for people who like, you're not that fond of them, cut them in half again. I'll do this next one like that, but it really doesn't matter because it cooks down to like nothing.
Yeah.
So.
You know what, because sometimes I don't even see the onions in greens.
Right. You just taste it.
Yeah. Onions are life, you know. Onions help season everything in.
So after you do it like that, if you want to, go ahead and cut it in half. And you'll come up with smaller pieces and just dump that in there.
What was I going to say? I was about to tell them about Aunt Lorraine because she doesn't eat onions, so she has to put the whole onion in there
so she can take it out. But
what's this?
This is crushed garlic, because you know onions and garlic flavor your food. Now if you don't have crushed garlic and you just have garlic powder, use that. It's fine. I just have this, so since I have it, I like to use it. If you have whole garlic, like whole fresh garlic that you have to peel, use that too, and use like 3 cloves and peel it. And you can you actually don't even have to cut it because it's gonna cook for so long. It cooks down to nothing, so you can just peel it and pop it in there. So I'm gonna take like a spoonful of that. Put the garlic in there. Now the thing about it is, when I make the water, I mean y'all saw me with the seasoning, but I really don't put like a lot of garlic and a lot of like onion powder and stuff in there, because I wait until I put the greens in so I can season it to my taste.
Right.
So then this is how your pot should look when you're done with all your stuff. So then what you want to do is just put some water in it. Doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold. And you just want to put enough water in there to cover the meat.
Y'all, these gonna be banging. So if you follow, yours should be banging too. Shout out to everybody that made the chicken parm. Your chicken parm looks amazing.
Everybody's chicken parm looks good. Alright, so as you can see, everything's fully covered. Onions are floating. Turn your water on.
What do you turn it on? High or low?
Y'all know I'm a high girl. But for y'all who are not comfortable with high, the highest that you're comfortable with, turn it on, because what you want to do is just get this to start boiling. And once it starts boiling, you're going to just put a top on it and walk away. Go take a nap. Go roll your blunt. You know, go have your Sunday drink. Anything you do to relax, that's what you're going to do. So
how long are we leaving this on?
To boil or period?
Period.
I want to say this maybe cooks down for like, it may take like an hour, because you literally want the meat to be off of the bone. Because what you're going to do is, and you're going to see it when we come back and it's cooked down and it's off of the bone, we're going to go ahead and take the meat out the water and just take all the meat off the bone and put it back in there. and then you're gonna put the greens on top, and then you start cooking your greens down.
Okay.
But so I turned mine up. Until then, I'll be back. This was it. I'm about to clean up.
So right now we're leaving this on for an hour.
So right now, what you're doing is you're leaving this on to boil.
Okay.
Once it starts to boil, you're gonna turn it down to maybe like medium, and put a top on it and let it cook and just simmer until it comes off the meat off the bone, and that usually takes about an hour.
Okay, and let them know what else we're cooking today when we come back.
So when we come back, you're gonna see us start the actual greens. I put the greens in the pot, and then we'll be making TeNaea's famous cornbread. But I don't think it's that famous.
It's famous, bitch.
But we'll be making the cornbread, so you'll see.
So we'll see you guys in an hour.
Bye. You know what? Set your timers.
Set your timer.
If you have a microwave or
your phone,
a stove timer, anything, set it for an hour, and then come back and check on it. Okay? All right. So see y'all now. Thanks. Okay. So it's been longer than an hour. So, because when I came back after an hour, it wasn't as tender as I wanted it. So I let it cook some more. So I ended up letting it cook like a whole another hour. And maybe like 10 minutes. But so if you go to check yours after the hour and your meat's not ready to come off the bone, that is fine. Just put some more water in it if need be, and let it just continue cooking. Now that's how I always tell people, like, this takes a long time.
Yeah.
Because you just never really know. So as you can see, this is a smoked turkey now. So if you go like this, you see like the meat is just like coming off the bone. So that's kind of like how you want it. Just go ahead and take everything off. If it's easier for you to like actually take the meat out and like do this on a, plate or something, then do that. But I can just go ahead and do it in this.
Come on this side so you can have some more lighting.
And so I just go ahead and take this out. Now, I know people who keep this in there for like flavoring, but I like to take it out. I don't like the bones mixed in. Like, I just want you to just be able to eat it.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about like spitting stuff out. Now this, I go ahead and leave like that because that's the tip. But see how that just...
Leave the tip in.
You're disgusting. But you see how like the bone is clean pretty much. That's how you want it to be able to do. So go ahead, make sure you have all the bones out. This is your meat. And like basically the seasonings of what you're gonna cook your greens in. It's like a thick consistency almost. So, and you remember we filled up the pan with water.
Right.
It cooked down and reduced to that. So here are the greens. They are fresh, but they have already been cut and cleaned by Glory. If y'all don't use these, start using them. Like, why wouldn't you pay the extra money if it's already cleaned and cut for you, so you don't have to clean your greens,
Right.
cut your greens, throw the stalks away. Like, it's just a lot. Like, trust me, I honestly feel like I've cleaned greens for so many years that right now, if I want to be able to take the shortcut, I can.
You should be able to.
Like, I deserve this.
Right.
I owe this. Because, like, I've been cleaning greens for a long time. And, like, big amounts. Like, come on, y'all. But anyway, so I have a bag of collard and I have a bag of kale. I like them both together. It's a good consistency. And it's a good flavor. I feel like the kale and the greens and the collards, like, they're together. They taste good. I'm really not a big fan of turnip greens or mustard. Yeah, so.
I don't even know if I've ever had them.
Yeah, they're real strong.
Okay.
Real strong. But anyways, Glory also sells these mixed.
Okay.
And it's like collards and mustard, but I ain't with it. But anyway, so you can take this straight from out the bag. You don't have to clean it. If you want to rinse it, you can, but I I've been using these for years. Nothing has ever been in my greens. No dirt, no worms, no nothing. So you're good. Trust me. Trust me.
So you turn the fire off on this.
So I turn the fire off right now because, you know, just to be safe. And this is when you know, pretty much shred the meat off your bone. And so you just go ahead and put as many greens as can possibly fit in your pan. And like smush them down in there. Smush them down. Okay. And it's like, this is like the best thing ever to buy. Like, you should buy these. Invest in them. Like, I know it's more expensive, but like, it just saves you so much time and effort.
It's a good investment, people.
It really is.
Gloria, are you watching?
Go ahead, turn your pot back on, and this time you can put it on like a medium to high heat. And probably all of this isn't going to fit in there, so this is going to be my last handful. And literally put everything on top of what you were cooking. Now, since you saw that it's not that much liquid in here, this is like 2 cups of water. Go ahead and put that in there.
It looks so fresh.
Yeah, because the grains are going to cook down and make their own water, but you just want to give it time to do that, so you don't want them to burn. Trust me, I've also burnt my fair share of pots of greens.
Burn queen.
Oh, definitely. So go ahead, put the top back on there. Turn. That's not safe. Don't do that, y'all.
Y'all see soul food?
Right. Go ahead. Turn your greens back on the high, because basically what you want to do is go ahead, you want them to go ahead and cook down, and they can do it really quickly, so you can get all of it in there at once. And then once you get all of it in there and all of it's wilted, then you're going to turn it down to medium and just like cook it. But while I'm doing that, as you can see, I brought the seasonings back out, because as you cook it and as you taste it, you'll be like, oh, it needs this, it needs that. So go ahead and keep them on deck. I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'll be back so we can go ahead and start the cornbread. Hey guys, so we're back. This time we're doing the cornbread. So this is all the things you're gonna need: Jiffy corn mix, sugar, light brown sugar or regular brown, whatever you have, cream corn, eggs, milk, butter, and sugar. So I know the show is called No Measurements, and because I don't use any measurements, but when I use prepackaged things, I do what they say. Like, I follow the rules. So I just went along with whatever the box says, the ingredient amount and things like that. And the your oven, make sure you preheat your oven. It tells you that. So my oven's on 400, and so I'm about to go ahead and do it. So here's the eggs you need so I have double. So I already went in the prehead and did my double amount. So for 1 box you need 1 egg. I'm doing 2 boxes, so 2 eggs. And you want to go ahead and mix it with the milk. And this is what I do. I don't know if other people do this, but I do it even when I'm baking like a cake, because you don't have to bring out the mixer, because it's like easier. There's less things to clean, and to me it's just as fast. So you go ahead and whisk the eggs and milk together, and you do your liquids. And so this would just be like if you were doing a box cake, and then you add the whatever was in the box, so the cornmeal. So just go ahead and mix that together.
Left-handed Lucy.
Right. So you want to get that good and mixed. Sometimes, and I just feel like sometimes the boxes tell you what to put on there, and then once you do it, it may be too thick. So I go ahead and add more of the liquid, because I don't know, like sometimes I just feel like it's not wet enough. Like, that's pretty thick.
So sometimes you add more milk.
So sometimes I'll add more milk. just to get it a little bit more liquidy. But I'm not going to do that yet, just because I'm going to put more ingredients in it, so it might change the consistency. So you may not need to put any more milk in there, but that's as mixed up as that's going to get. So then what you do is go ahead, get your canned corn, be very careful.
And this is cream, right?
Yeah, this is cream corn. This is the store brand because it was on sale, 49 cents.
She fake bougie, y'all. She's
really
not bad and bougie.
Fat and bougie, that's it.
Fat and bougie.
So go ahead and get all of that out of there. And I think what the cream corn does, well not I think I know, what the cream corn does is make the cornbread a little bit more moist.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit like heavy. It may be heavier than your normal cornbread, but that's fine. And you see, like once you put that in there, it made it a little bit loose. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm not going to need to add anything. So you mix that all together. And so then the next thing I do is, because I like sweet cornbread, I put sugar in here now. This is going to be another no measurement. So if I were to tell you how much sugar to put in if you don't want to do this, I would definitely say maybe, what is that, like 2 tablespoons of sugar? Put it in there.
It's going to be great, you guys. You need that sugar, trust me.
Yeah, I used to put a lot of sugar in there, but that's why I'm as fat as I am now.
Right, chill.
Right, chill. So go ahead and mix that up, and as you can see, it's much more, you know, easier to stir. So you definitely don't need to put any more liquid in there. So that's your batter. Like, that's it. So then the next thing, I have a pan. It's already sprayed with Pam, or, you know, a cooking spray so it won't stick. So you take butter, or if you like margarine, take margarine. I like butter. And just take a couple of slices and put it in the bottom of your pan.
You know, you guys, I'm really paying attention too, because I'm about to start cooking more now that I'm watching No Measurements.
I can't wait.
So how many slices do you put in?
As many as I want.
How many do you suggest?
I would suggest maybe about 6. Like 8 is pushing it. So 6, just like that. Line them up on your pan. And then go ahead, take your brown sugar. And I use light or dark. I actually have both in the cabinet, but this is the first thing that I cut, so I just grabbed this. Go ahead, take some sugar.
So just take about a handful?
Yeah, and you just want to cover the bottom of your pan. And like, it don't have to be crazy. Like, you can still see pieces of silver, but you know, put it in places like, you know, you want the brown sugar to touch all of the cornbread. So like, don't be stingy.
So more than a handful.
Yeah, well, it depends on the size of your hand.
Okay.
Also, so, you know, my handful may be 2 people's handful, whereas, you know, yeah, Andre the Giant's one handful will be like 6 of mine. So it just depends.
Do you think Andre the Giant is watching this video?
I mean, he could be.
Okay.
Giants gotta eat. So that's how your pan should look. Buttered, brown sugar. Then you take the prized possession,
liquidy gold,
and you just pour it across.
I can't wait. This house is going to smell amazing in probably less than 3 minutes. And I know some people can't, you know, use corn because, like, our grandmother, she can't digest it.
Well, see, the thing about it is, if you can't eat whole kernels of corn, you probably also can't eat cornbread. So,
true.
This isn't for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Somebody was just saying they can't eat corn. Maybe it was my good girlfriend Tamika. So Tamika, you can make yours without the corn. It'll still be as good.
But I mean, can she not eat like corn, like whole pieces of corn, or can she not have corn? Like Granny can't eat corn, so she can't even eat corn chips.
Okay. No, I don't think it's like that.
So
you know, sometimes it's hard to digest corn.
Oh yeah, the whole pieces.
Yeah.
That's why they feed the pigs. It wasn't meant for people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was rude, TeNaea's. Now I feel like a pig.
No, I mean, because you know pigs can eat anything, so they used to put it in like pig slop. Yeah. Do they still feed pigs slop?
Probably. Anybody that works on a farm or live on a farm now?
All right, so you see how that's just chilling. So you want to go? I let it like sit for maybe like a minute, just so it can get itself together. Go places of the pan there it needs to be. You know, like really seep through that brown sugar and butter. So go ahead and wash hands.
Make sure y'all wash your hands, cause woo, y'all was all up under this video. Wash your hands, salmonella.
So
we're clean people.
Right, just had to rinse the sugar off. I'm not really touching anything, so there we go. So this is literally it. So once your oven gets to the temperature it has to be, which is 400 degrees, you go ahead and put this bad boy in there. Now, let's see what it says on the Jiffy box. 20 minutes. Or until golden brown. Put yours in there for 20 minutes. It needs it, especially since we added so much shit.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. Watch the fatty. There we go.
TeNaea's famous cornbread.
So let's check on the greens.
And at this point, TeNaea's has already added more.
Yeah, like they've cooked down, so I already could add more. I just have a little bit more to add, so what I'll go ahead and do is just move some things around. As you can see, you need water. Be careful. So go ahead, fill your little handy dandy cup that you usually keep next to.
So how much water do you want to add?
I might probably add like another, well see, because what I do is I just use a glass. Like with the first glass that I have, most glasses are like 2 cups. So I'm just going to say you add another 2 cups.
Look at the greens, y'all. This is gold.
Now, if you're going to go, like, take a nap, definitely add more than 2 cups of water. Like, if you're not going to be, like, here to check on these in, like, 20 minutes.
Kim, we're talking to you.
Put more water in there, Kim. We don't want you burning your greens again, Kim. Kimberly.
Kimmy!
So go ahead, put the last little bit in there.
There it is. So once you leave them in there to cook down more, like how much longer are we looking at?
Until they're tender. Like I really can't give you a real time. I want to say I at least cook mine for an hour. Okay. At least, and that's a real hour.
Cause someone was saying that sometimes you say that you cook the greens all day long.
Yeah, and it also depends on the amount of greens that you're cooking. Like usually when I make greens, we don't eat greens that often here just for dinner because Nene doesn't like them. So when I cook greens, I'm usually making them for Easter dinner, Christmas, or Thanksgiving. Right. So I'm always making like 10 pounds of greens.
So that usually takes all day.
It usually is like an all day thing because you constantly have to check your greens. You're constantly adding more greens. Like it's just a long process.
This is kind of for like Sunday dinner,
right?
So
A quick dinner for 2, 3. So it may be already wilted down a little bit because this pot is hot.
Because she has her fire high as shit.
Right. So go ahead. And just, if you can, mix it up to where like the new greens go in the middle. or really deep down in the pot.
Yeah, because they already looking.
Right, kind of greeny.
Mm-hmm.
But see, it looks like that, and then when you go to taste it, you be like, oh no, these ain't it.
They look good. They smell good. Can't wait for that.
Alright, so this is where you would go ahead and turn your pot down. And I'm really going to turn it down this time, like I'm not joking.
Oh, you've been joking this whole time?
Yeah, because you know, I cook for the high flame. And you want to go to like a medium, like real medium. And just let it simmer until they're done. Once they're done, I'm going to say, put on your timer for an hour. Then within about 30 minutes of them, go check them and taste a piece of one. And if you need to add more something, add. Sometimes you don't have to add more salt because of that onion Lipton, that soup mix packet. It has enough salt in there, so you'll only have to add maybe a little bit more garlic powder or onion powder, or a little bit more pepper. But when you taste it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's how I like it. So you won't add anything else. But,
so we'll be back in 20 minutes to check the cornbread.
Right.
And taste.
So it's been 20 minutes. Timer just went on, so it is time to get the cornbread.
Ooh.
Look at that. So
Delicious.
go ahead and get that. Then I just get some butter. This is real butter. And just do a quick spread across the top. And that is it. I usually do not cut it just yet. I let it sit for like a good 5 minutes, just so when you go to cut it, it won't like crumble and mess up real bad.
I
It's
really
so
want to
hot.
taste it now.
You can't, so
I really just want to taste one small piece.
too bad. So sad.
The whole thing's gonna crumble if you let me taste the corner.
Because if I cut the corner, then air's going to get into it.
Are you
And it's
fucking
gonna
kidding me?
crumble. So there you go, y'all.
Your cornbread should be delicious if you
Delicious,
followed
so.
these instructions. So you said the greens are done now too.
Yes, I'm gonna check on them. A little piece that I tasted was done, so I'll just make sure that all of it's done. But like I said, because I only made such a little bit, they cook quicker. But
And you added more seasoning.
I just added a little bit more onion powder and a little bit more crushed red pepper for to get that little bit of.
They smell delicious.
So what I do is sometimes I'll go ahead and let it cook without a top. It sounds like you about to get hit by the door.
That's fine.
What I'll do is go ahead and let it cook without a top, just to get rid of some of that excess green juice
Yeah, come on.
that's in here. But you can always go ahead and taste it, just to rip it off to see if it is
Mama Nate's
the
home.
tenderness that you want. Hey, it looks delicious.
Smells good too.
Smells good too. I can't wait to eat. So for me, this is how I like mine.
Was it good?
It's lit. Okay, so let me show y'all the final ghetto piece. Now this is really ghetto. And if you don't have this, it's fine, because I'm telling you right now, the greens taste phenomenal. But this just gives it that extra little bit of star quality.
That little
Right. So I keep old grease, because we fry a lot of chicken.
And I don't act like y'all don't have no old thing of grease
I know
sitting to
y'all
the side.
got a grease jar, a grease can,
Don't act funny.
something. So you just pour a little bit of the old grease in there.
This is so fat, y'all.
It is.
But it makes it so good.
And then go ahead and mix it up. And then so just let it cook until like the juices come out. So maybe cook it with no top for about 10 minutes maybe. And there you go. You have successfully made greens. And it didn't take all of that. Oh, well, since now the greens is done, I can go ahead and let you try a piece of cornbread.
Yay!
But I'm only giving you a very little bit.
Nay, where you at? You want to taste a piece of cornbread on film? Hurry up.
It's, you
Nobody wants your whole outfit.
You literally have 10 seconds to get in this kitchen.
Of course I am.
All right, so there is your brown sugar at the bottom that you put in your pan. If you let it sit a little bit longer, you won't have to worry about this, but it's hot, so it's breaking. So,
Can you film us?
yeah.
Don't push the red button. Don't push the red button.
I'm not gonna push
Because your
anything.
thumb is right on it. Hey guys!
All right, come on,
Nay,
y'all.
grab your piece. Or you want to split this one?
Okay.
It's hot.
It's really hot. I just took it out the oven.
I just slapped your mother.
Oh my God. Girl, you got to fight back. Oh, all right, that's enough.
It's so good!
All right, that's enough.
Wait.
Okay, we
got.
gotta go. It's hot, y'all.
Oh my god.
Can I have some more? No, it's not dinner. Get away from this pan. That's why I can't never let y'all try nothing. No, get out the kitchen.
That you guys enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
Because after she makes these things, we get to eat them.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So,
Yeah.
let me let TeNaea's take y'all out. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of No Measurement.
So let me just wash my hands real quick because even though I like to cook, I really don't like dirty hands.
Oh my god, that cornbread is so good.
Okay, so you guys, I just like to say thank you again for tuning in to our second show of No Measurements. I hope you guys, take these recipes and make them again. Tag me like you've been doing with the chicken parm. And I just want to say thank you for supporting me in this new, I guess, venture of our YouTube career.
Make sure you guys show us your greens too. I mean, because our greens are pretty much done, but we're just cooking them down, right?
Yeah, so they're done. You're just cooking the water out of them. I mean, you don't have to do that. I do that. That's just because when I put my greens on the plate, I hate a plate full of green juice.
Right.
I ain't with it. But
So
yeah.
you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
See you later.